Hi, welcome to the Horizon Art Room. I'm Mr. Schwannebeck. Today, we're going to explore a different kind of art called tessellation. Tessellations were made famous by an artist named M.C. Escher. He loved art about as much as he loved math, which I think you're going to notice when you see his work.
Escher was a graphic artist, which is an artist who usually works in black and white and on flat surfaces. You'll notice that his artworks often look like optical illusions. Though he struggled in school, he loved math and architecture, especially the Alhambra in Granada, Spain. He was inspired by the beautiful tile work and the interlocking patterns. They inspired some of his most recognizable and beloved artworks. Over the next few weeks, I'm going to teach you how to create a tessellating artwork much like MC Escher. You're going to need to collect your sketchbook, a pencil, never mind the markers or the Sharpie. I'm ahead of myself. We might use them next week. A pair of scissors, some kind of tape, a piece of cardboard, and this can be an old Kleenex box, a mac and cheese box, or a cereal box, and a post-it note. Be sure that it's square. Start by putting the sticky note onto the piece of cardboard. You can trace or cut around the sticky note, but be sure that you cut carefully. We want this cardboard square as perfectly straight and square as possible. Next, choose one side. You're going to draw a line, an interesting line, from one corner to another corner on the same side. It can't be opposite corners. They have to be two corners on the same side. You'll be cutting this line, and it has to be a single cut from one corner to the other corner. Be sure that it's interesting, but also a line that you can cut. Then repeat this on a neighboring side, not the opposite side, but on a side that is a neighbor to the one you just drew, kind of like this. Now, this could be the same type of line, or it could be different. Again, it needs to be interesting, and you must be able to cut it. I think this one will do because I know I can cut it without chopping off any bits or losing any pieces. One single cut piece. Now it's time to cut it out. Pick one of your lines, start at the corner, and carefully ride that line all the way to the other corner. Remember, only a single cut piece. Make sure that piece fits, and then carefully slide it to the opposite side, like I did. You're going to tape it in place. Match up the corners. Make sure that the edges are nice and tight. All right, we're doing good. Now we're going to do the same thing to the other line that we drew. Cut carefully along it, line it up, and slide it to the other side. Tape it in place with the corners matching and the edges nice and tight. Now we check for a few things. First, you should only have 3 pieces. The main piece and the 2 that you cut off. There should be no leftovers and there should be no scraps. You could also have a neighbor check to see if your corners are lined up and if the edges are nice and tight without any gaps. Now this is the creative part. Look at it from all sides, turn it, flip it. You're looking for a picture that you can imagine in that shape. I think that I see a lion's head. Open your sketchbook and trace your cardboard template into a blank space. Use your pencil to add any of the details you think a viewer would need to see so that they could see the same picture that you imagined. If you have time, copy those details onto your cardboard template. That will help with next week's work when we begin tracing it and tessellating it onto a new page. When you're finished, be sure to take a picture and post it to Seesaw because we can't wait to see what you create.